Yeah, I mean, I think I communicate mostly with probably like NECA and player leadership more than anything, and I try to do the best I can, you know. I always want to be respectful of everybody and treat everybody with kindness. Like, I think that's really important, but at the same time, relationships are really important to me, and I think we can always improve in that area. I think that can improve a lot of things. I think communication can improve overall. Me and Adam have a great relationship. I know he was here tonight supporting us, so that was great to see. And
the instant her name echoed through the arena, the boos immediately poured in. During one of the most unforgettable All-Star games the league has ever witnessed, Team Spoon had just secured a 129-122 victory over Team Coop. The crowd was still buzzing with excitement when the PA announcer invited Kathy Engelberg onto the court to present the post-game trophy after Caitlin Clark had completely lit up the scoreboard. Normally, that's nothing more than a routine ceremony. Instead, the broadcast captured something far more unexpected as the commissioner walked out smiling, prepared to hand over the trophy while the audience reacted. Before she could even lift the award into her hands, the entire atmosphere shifted against her the moment her name was announced. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get right back.
So Kathy is probably done. She is probably done as commissioner. It says here, Kathy Engelbert helped the WNBA capitalize on growth, but now her relationship with players is holding it back. Obviously they're talking a little bit about all this other stuff. And yeah, so a lot of insiders are saying this is Kathy Engelbert's last year. And it's so funny. People are like, oh yeah, she hasn't made any effort to prioritize a relationship with Caitlin Clark as one of like the negative things.
Rather than fading away, the heckling spread throughout the entire arena. It wasn't coming from just one section either, and the broadcasters had to talk over the noise to keep the coverage moving because it was loud, constant, and impossible to ignore, much like the jeers she has faced from fans at previous All-Star events over salary concerns and ongoing CBA frustration. That's the real point behind this moment. This wasn't simply an emotional reaction from a frustrated crowd on a difficult night. Engelbert has now been jeered while walking into the All-Star Awards ceremony for the second year in a row. When the same scene unfolds at the league's biggest annual showcase, it stops looking like an isolated incident and starts sending a much bigger message.
Executive team, executives, like, people are calling out Kathy Engelberg, man, saying she's just not fit for the job. It is getting crazy for her. Let's listen to what, I think her name is Courtney. Let's listen to what Courtney had to say right here.
Engelbert has turned the WNBA into a mechanism for political discourse that goes off the rails instead of it being a sports engine. There is not a worse commissioner in pro sports than Kathy Engelbert. And I could go on for the entirety of this segment, but I'll give you this so we could... Yes, I know it can be a little long-winded. The Dan Patrick thing, canceling the interview, saying that her PR arm told her that it wasn't a good idea. Well, you are the commissioner of the league. You can decide to go on and face tough questions. If you want your league to be taken seriously, stand out in front of some of the discourse that's going on around your league. You've allowed Caitlin Clark to become hijacked in narratives that have nothing to do with basketball.
What made the moment even more painful was its timing. It unfolded during a weekend when Engelbert was already facing questions about a possible return for the 2027 season. For any commissioner, few images are more damaging than being jeered on stage in front of cameras and a packed arena while speculation about their future is at its peak. Even with all of that happening, she still had to step forward, present the trophy, and keep a smile on her face throughout the ceremony. From that unforgettable scene, the rest of this story begins to unfold.
There was actually a report that came out today that says that the 2026 season will be Kathy's last season. Alyssa Thomas said conversations with more than 20 stakeholders in and around the WNBA offer a general belief that for as much business growth as Kathy Engelbert has overseen, she's not the right person to navigate the demands of the league, the demands of the league currently faces, and what its stakeholders now need. I do think Kathy thinks, well, she's done her job, she's got us financially set up in the right way. It's the other pieces that we're talking about. Jeff Hunt, who is a specialist in crisis and reputation management, who has previously worked with the MLB, ATP, WTA, the PGA Tour, he said the hole has just gotten so deep. She's in a place now where I don't really know what she does. Others said that she had a failure to develop sufficient relationship equity. Multiple find it curious she hasn't prioritized developing a closer relationship with Caitlin.
Instead of giving a direct confirmation, Angelbert chose a different approach when reporters asked during this year's All-Star Weekend in Chicago whether she expected to remain in the role through 2027. She spoke about how fortunate she felt to lead the league during a period of remarkable growth. She highlighted momentum, major milestones, and the familiar talking points commissioners often rely on when avoiding a firm answer. Yet through all of it, she never actually said the word yes. Even more noticeably, she never stated that she planned to return, because commissioners who intend to stay usually make that clear without hesitation. Everyone in the room, including the reporter holding a recorder in front of her, understood exactly what that carefully worded response seemed to imply.
You plan to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's the mentality driving our league from the top. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine, it's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level.
To understand why the boos at Barclays weren't just a random reaction from a frustrated crowd, you have to look back at how this all began. The story didn't start this month. Last fall, Fiza Collier sparked a firestorm during an interview that pushed the league office into full damage control mode within hours. She openly called Angelbert's leadership irresponsible and flatly declared that the WNBA had the worst leadership in the world. That's not the kind of statement that simply fades away with the news cycle. Once a player with Collier's resume and strong reputation inside locker rooms says something that direct on camera, it continues to follow the conversation. The remarks get replayed, revisited, and brought back up whenever Angelbert faces reporters at future press conferences.
Facts say that, quote, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the rights deal that I got them.
There's a lot of inaccuracy out there through social media and all this reporting. And so I think what's most helpful is to focus on, I have been in touch with Nafisa, we've exchanged texts, we're talking next week. So I think obviously a lot of reporting, a lot of inaccuracy about what I said or what I didn't say. And I will tell you, I highly respect the players. There's a lot of emotion and passion going on right now because we're in collective bargaining, we're in the WNBA finals. And so I'll leave it there. I mean, I'm just obviously disheartened. You know, I'm a human too. I have a family. I have 2 kids who are devastated by these comments. And so all I'll say is just, you know, it's obviously been a tough week. And I just think there's a lot of inaccuracy.
Angelbert pushed back against several of Collier's comments. She specifically rejected Collier's claim during a discussion about Caitlin Clark's value to the league, insisting that the statement was inaccurate. But when a claim is this specific and so widely publicized, a denial can only accomplish so much. That was the backdrop when Caitlin Clark's own remarks were captured on camera this year. She hasn't publicly criticized Angelbert or attacked her during a press conference like Collier did. That's simply not Clark's style, and it never has been. Even so, she has no longer acted as if everything within the league's leadership is perfectly fine. For the first time in her career, she has voiced those concerns a little more openly than before. Some commentators have even claimed that this could be Angelbert's final season, suggesting that Adam Silver is preparing to replace her by year's end. They argue the Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark incident became the breaking point, pointing to leaked reports and questioning whether it was all just a coincidence. Critics also argued that Angelbert's decision not to appear for a Dan Patrick interview reflected poorly on both the WNBA and the NBA, raising questions about the league's leadership. To understand why that discussion intensified, many pointed back to the Alyssa Thomas incident involving Clark. During the game, Thomas struck Clark in the throat with her hand, a play that was replayed repeatedly and drew immediate attention. According to reports citing sources who spoke with Sports Business Journal, Angel Bird initially did not plan to discipline Thomas until Adam Silver reportedly stepped in and influenced the decision. Thomas later received a one-game suspension, a flagrant foul penalty, and a fine, although the WNBA officially denied that Angel Bird had intended to avoid taking action on her own. Regardless of which version people accepted, the story quickly spread everywhere. The belief that discipline only came after pressure from the NBA commissioner became exactly the kind of narrative that led many players to begin asking increasingly uncomfortable questions. Who is truly standing up for the league's biggest star? If the WNBA commissioner isn't seen as providing that support, the concern doesn't simply disappear because television ratings or viewership improve. Many observers argued that the broader issues surrounding Caitlin Clark extended far beyond officiating alone. They believed the discussion wasn't just about whether a foul should have been called during the game or whether the play deserved a flagrant review afterward. Speaking on the situation, Adam Silver said he had come to know Clark well, describing her as both an outstanding player and an outstanding person. He explained that she simply wants to focus on becoming the best player she can be, but instead has been turned into what he called a political football, something he felt was unfair to her. Silver also emphasized that he did not believe the controversy was ultimately about officiating and suggested it had grown into a much larger public debate that placed unnecessary attention on a young athlete trying to improve her game. Even after the incident, Silver didn't stay silent. When specifically asked about the Alyssa Thomas situation, he again described Clark's treatment as unfair while cautioning against turning one controversial moment into a much broader narrative involving either Clark or Angel Bird. Still, many saw his willingness to speak publicly as evidence of how seriously he viewed the situation. He wasn't obligated to comment on another league's internal issue, but he chose to do so. That decision also fit a pattern that had been developing over time. Although he never directly criticized Angel Bird by name, many interpreted his remarks as reflecting concerns about the league's leadership. Reports at the time also suggested that Silver was working privately to repair the relationship with Angel Bird while continuing to apply public pressure when he believed it was necessary. That combination of private conversations, measured public comments, and occasional intervention painted a consistent picture. According to Sports Business Journal, Angel Bird reportedly believed a suspension would have been too severe because no foul had initially been called during the play. According to the report, Adam Silver believed the play clearly warranted a flagrant foul and reportedly encouraged Kathy Engelberg to take action without delay. The WNBA has denied that version of events, but the historical comparison is what keeps the discussion alive. During Game 4 of the 2016 NBA Finals, Draymond Green and LeBron James became tangled on the floor. No flagrant foul was called during the game, yet after a league review, the NBA assessed Green with a flagrant foul one, giving him his fourth flagrant point and suspending him for Game 5 of the Finals. Many observers pointed to a similar sequence in the Alyssa Thomas incident. No flagrant foul was called live, but after the game, the play was upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty too, along with a one-game suspension and a $1,000 fine. Although the leagues and players were different, many noted the similarities in how the situations unfolded. The report also claimed that people close to Engelberg believed she faced a difficult balancing act, trying to avoid appearing to show favoritism toward Caitlin Clark while also recognizing concerns from players who felt overshadowed by Clark's growing spotlight. According to that account, this was where her reported hesitation came from. Silver, however, continued highlighting Clark's impact in other settings. During an Indiana Pacers broadcast, he spoke at length about her popularity and the excitement surrounding the Indiana Fever, mentioning ticket sales, jersey demand, and international interest without naming any other WNBA player. That alone communicated plenty and quickly became the kind of clip repeatedly shared across social media. Silver has consistently acknowledged Clark's enormous influence on the business of basketball across both leagues and has never appeared interested in minimizing that reality. Clark, for her part, has continued to emphasize a different message, saying that everyone should treat others with kindness while adding that strong relationships matter greatly to her, and believing that improving in that area could make a meaningful difference for everyone involved. Clark emphasized that communication is an area where meaningful progress can still be made. She explained that she and Adam Silver have a strong relationship, adding that it was great to see him in attendance supporting the league. Clark also noted that better communication and stronger relationships can solve many challenges and help prevent future problems. That is where this month's story begins to feel much bigger than simple background noise. Team Spoon defeated Paige Buchers and Team Coop 129-122 in the 2026 All-Star Game, a matchup many have already described as one of the league's most entertaining contests ever. After the game, reporters asked Clark whether her relationship with league leadership had improved following the implementation of the new CBA. She responded by saying that communication and relationships can resolve many issues while stressing that there is still room for improvement across several areas. Standing in the same arena where reporters, fans, and, according to reports, even team executives had spent the weekend questioning Angelbert's leadership, Clark also publicly praised Silver. At the same time, she made it clear that the WNBA has plenty to celebrate, saying the league has achieved many positive milestones under its leadership. She acknowledged that Kathy Angelbert has played an important role in helping the league reach new heights, while adding that every organization can continue finding ways to improve. That balanced response stood out because anyone who has watched Clark handle the media over the years knows she chooses her words carefully. It wasn't a full endorsement, nor was it a complete criticism of Angelbert. Instead, it reflected a measured perspective that many felt was intentional, especially with Silver's name entering the conversation during ongoing speculation about Angelbert's future. Some commentators continued suggesting that this could ultimately be Kathy's final season, pointing back to the difficult CBA negotiations while also acknowledging that she has accomplished many important things for the WNBA, including work behind the scenes that the public rarely gets to see. Although many people acknowledge that she has done a great deal to help keep the league financially stable, critics continue arguing that her strengths have been more on the business side than in building relationships with players. More athletes have publicly said they don't feel a strong connection with her, believing communication and leadership need to improve. Others have also argued that too many issues across the WNBA have lingered without quick resolutions, pointing to concerns about public relations and marketing. When reporters asked Adam Silver directly whether Angelbert would remain in the role beyond this season, he stayed notably cautious. Following the approval of the new CBA in March, he said there had not been any recent discussions about her future, a response many interpreted as leaving every possibility open. During NBA Summer League, he was asked again and offered a similarly measured answer, saying he was very pleased with where the WNBA stands while stopping short of publicly committing to Angelbert's future. Since Silver originally appointed Angelbert and the WNBA board ultimately answers to the NBA, many believe he could have significant influence over any future leadership decision if a change eventually occurs. Whether he personally makes that choice or simply helps guide the process, many observers feel his influence is already part of the conversation. Critics have also argued that one of Angelbert's biggest weaknesses has been avoiding public accountability during major controversies. They point to instances where they believe she should have addressed the media more directly, including her decision not to appear for a widely discussed Dan Patrick interview, a move that quickly generated significant online attention. Since the All-Star Weekend discussions, social media has been filled with videos pairing Clark's comments about communication and her praise for Silver alongside footage of Angelbert being booed at Barclays, leading many fans to build their own succession theories long before any official announcement. ESPN also reported that when Angelbert was asked about her future during the weekend, she kept her response intentionally broad, speaking about feeling fortunate to lead the league through a period of growth instead of giving a direct answer. Meanwhile, without raising her voice or directly criticizing anyone, Clark delivered carefully measured comments that many interpreted as revealing where her confidence currently lies while emphasizing that stronger relationships and better communication remain important. Whether Silver ultimately has a formal role in selecting the next commissioner has yet to be determined, and the league has announced no clear timeline. Even so, many believe recent events have intensified speculation about Angelbert's future, while Clark has continued focusing publicly on the league's progress and the importance of improving communication moving forward. What do you think will happen next? Will Kathy Angelbert remain in charge, or is the WNBA heading toward a major leadership change? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this update, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest basketball coverage.